Hey everyone, Karthik with Dabble Lab here, and in this video we are going to see how to use the CanFulfillIntentRequest for your Alexa skills. Now, just a few months back, Amazon announced some updates towards making Alexa more friction-free, and this CanFulfillIntentRequest was something that came out during that time. Now, what does CanFulfillIntentRequest do? Simply think of it as Google but for skills. So let's say there are 10 websites in the world talking about chocolates, and you searched in Google for chocolates. Naturally, you would see these 10 websites come up, right? The CanFulfillIntentRequest is something similar, but it comes with an added advantage. Your users don't have to use your skills invocation name to invoke it. So earlier, what used to happen is Alexa ask chocolate finder, where can I get the best chocolates in Florida? Now this is a typical request that was made to invoke your skill, right? And chocolate finder would be the invocation name. Now with CanFulfillIntentRequest, if your user says, Alexa, where can I get the best chocolates in Florida? There is a chance that Alexa hands off the request to your skill if you have enabled CanFulfillIntentRequest. Now, what Alexa does in the background is query multiple skills to see which one can handle and fulfill the request made by the user. Now, also notice that I said that there is a chance that this request will be handed off to your skill for processing. It is not a guarantee though that your skill will be invoked every time for this request. And now that is because Alexa is doing a lot of machine learning to decide which skill to hand over the request. But if you have configured your skill properly and match the use case, your skill will get the request if the user says something like, Alexa, where can I get the best chocolates? So let's see how we can configure your skill to respond to CanFulfillIntent. As usual, we are going to be using a template from skilltemplates.com, which has some templates for you to get started with Alexa development. There are a few premium templates coming up soon, so now would be a good time to sign up. So now I'll go into the terminal here and type in ask new template URL followed by the URL, which would be skilltemplates.com/templates.json. Now you can see that it gives me a list of templates that I can choose. I'm going to choose the CanFulfillIntent starter and press enter to clone the code onto my machine. You can see that it's initializing the Alexa skill project from the template that I just chose. So there we go, the skill has been created. So let me just open up the code here. Here's the code. And now what we are going to do is we'll go into our skill.json file, and supports the CanFulfillIntentRequest. The way we would do that is right here in the API section, there's this interfaces where you just need to add this type and say CanFulfillIntentRequest. So now once you've added that interface, your skill would support CanFulfillIntentRequest. But before getting done with that, we'll just open up the index.js file here. Now what happens here is whenever you work with an intent handler, so for example there's this my name is intent handler, all you have to do to support CanFulfillIntentRequest is just make sure that it can handle the request type CanFulfillIntentRequest. So you can see that this is the only line that I need to add here, that is handler input dot request envelope dot request dot type is equal to CanFulfillIntentRequest. Basically we are just seeing that CanFulfillIntentRequest is being handled by this intent. So now that once that is done, let's deploy this and see how it works. I'll go back to my terminal here and let's go into the folder and type in ask deploy. I'll just fast forward to the skill being deployed. So now that the skill has been deployed, let's head over to the testing console and see how this works. So here's the test console, and what we are going to do here is in the simulator, let's just see how it works normally, and that is by using the invocation name that would be CanFulfillIntentStarter. So now that I've typed it, Alexa's asking for my name. So let me just say my name is James Bond.
Hello, Bond. It's nice to meet you.
So we just seen how the intent works. That is basically it just takes my name as an input and then just says, hello last name, it's nice to meet you. Now that is the purpose of this my name is intent handler here. You can see here, hello name slot, it's nice to meet you. But what we are trying to do here is not test it via the simulator, but try to invoke the skill without the invocation name. So something like, Alexa, my name is James Bond, right? Now, this is something that we cannot test using the simulator, and we'll have to use the manual JSON option here to test the CanFulfillIntentRequest. So what we are going to do here is just copy this JSON request that we got for my name is James Bond request. Let's just copy that, and let me just open this up in Sublime Text quickly. Now what happens here is this is the request here, and we are going to change the type of this request here. This type is basically a normal intent request. We are going to change this to CanFulfillIntentRequest. That means we just made a JSON file where the request type is CanFulfillIntentRequest, and the user has said something like, Alexa, my name is James Bond. So let's just copy this. Again, this JSON here is available in the template. You can just click here on the CanFulfillRequest JSON and you can get the entire copy of a JSON here. So now that we've copied this JSON here, let's go back to the test console here, click on manual JSON, and let's just paste it here, and let's click on submit. Now once I click on submit, what's going to happen is, you can see here Alexa has responded with, hello Bond, it's nice to meet you. So basically this is Alexa responding, saying to a user request which is basically, Alexa, my name is James Bond. So that is how this intent handles a CanFulfillIntentRequest. Now another thing about the CanFulfillIntentRequest is that it is in public beta at this moment and is only limited to US Skills for now. So developers from other region cannot use it for their own countries as of right now. So go ahead and configure your skills for CanFulfillIntentRequest. If you have any trouble setting that up, leave a comment on this video and we'll respond back. Again, all of this code is on skilltemplates.com. If you thought this video was helpful, please like it and subscribe to the Dabble Lab YouTube channel. Thank you.